Hello? I have decided to make this quick video to comment on the statement made by YandereDev on his Discord server some time ago, regarding the abuse he had been going through. Some of you may already know what this is all about, but I would like to point out how poorly he executed it. So, let's get down to it. He opens his statement as a pretty shallow attempt at philosophy. At least it's shallow for me, and it comes off as one of those ridiculous episodes from anime shows where the writers try to sound serious and wise, where in reality it's just plain stupid and impresses nobody but impressionable kids. However, as we read the following lines, YandereDev starts making some sense. The statement that cruel or violent, as he had chosen to describe, people seek belief systems that would allow them to act upon their cruelty without consequences or punishments, got my attention. You know, I have spoken about this on various occasions in the past, and there were multiple people who tried to manufacture the controversy for the cloud, and it did work very well thanks to the low social status of their victim. At least it worked for some time. Remember what happened to the Christian impersonator? It was all fun and cool in the beginning, but he didn't end well. In this regard, YandereDev is a legitimate victim, but does he address it? Let's read the following lines. Next, he talks about ridiculing. That's where he starts to lose it. You know, speaking of ridicule, it's very difficult not to make fun of a man who paid a good amount of money for an adult-sized doll. Not only he bought it, he slept with it. And not only he slept with it, he broke it within the first day of, use. How depraved do you have to be to even entertain such idea in the first place? Alex doesn't have any physical deformities, and as evident by his infamous mugshots, he didn't look repulsive. All he had to do is to get a nice haircut, some stylish clothes, if he wanted to get positive attention from the opposite gender. Just groom yourself, it doesn't get more complex than that. This way you don't need to buy any adult dolls. Another thing that makes it very difficult to take him seriously is how he behaves in public. I assume substituting socializing with anime and surrounding yourself with nobody but uncultured degenerates will plant an idea in your mind that behaving like a thirsty depraved pervert in public is somewhat acceptable. We all know his highly cultured performances on his own Twitch channel. But in general, he is right on account of people who try to damage him. As I said in the past, plenty of people will hurt another person on purpose over the smallest things as long as it's acceptable by the circle they belong to, or if it's acceptable target to harm. You can see such behavior all over the internet. You can't throw a stone without hitting a special snowflake that gets offended on behalf of somebody else in order to stir up a conflict and ignite controversy while claiming to have moral superiority. However, YandereDev makes it all about him not being fast enough at delivering the game, as if it's the only reason why so many people are laughing at him. First of all, it's legitimate reason for many fans to be upset they don't get to enjoy the game while they're still in their edgy teen phase. Second of all, people make fun of him not because of the slow development, but how he handles it and how he treats the help of individuals who come forward and take out their available time to push the development forward. And finally, as I have said earlier, his dirty laundry is exceptionally hilarious. Now that we got through that, let's address the questions. Did he address the fact of someone manufacturing the evidence of him being bad at managing the project? No. Did he address the fact some people overtly lied about him for personal gain? No. He only addressed things that hurt his ego, specifically the ridicule and mocking. He doesn't seem to care about harassment. He doesn't seem to care about people making things up to defame his project. It seems his only concern is his hurt ego, and when you try to deploy victim card like that, you need to make sure your victimization is valid. But he just wastes it. People only see an insecure person trying to heal a wound on their narcissistic persona. And it's pretty repulsive. Not only that, he does it in a rather condescending manner that further alienates people, even those who have sympathy towards him. I have to say, I'm really glad that my channel attracts sound-minded people who don't get crazy over YandereDev and are just following the development for the occasional laughs and genuine updates on the progress. But there are still very many deranged individuals out there. Now that I have said this, I want to add a few more words. You may think, I'm getting obsessed with Yandere Simulator and everything around it. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just keep to the topic of the channel. I have said this in the past, that I want to shift the direction of the channel. However, it's not that simple. At least not for me. I'm not an experienced content producer to quickly hook up to something else. I also try to keep conservative in speaking out on things I don't have good knowledge about. I also try to follow my inspiration in order to deliver you something entertaining to watch. All these things together make a window of opportunity to jump the ship very, very narrow. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in and have a good day.